Good morning and welcome to yet another Monday morning meditation. My name is Maddie Breuil and I am one of several campus ministers here at Gannon. I particularly work with the Kirk House, which is an intentional Christian community here on campus. And the passage we're going to be looking at this week is from Mark chapter 9. And at the beginning of this passage, the disciples come running up to Jesus. They're really eager, they're concerned, and they're a little bit smug. And they triumphantly tell Jesus that they stopped people from casting out demons in his name. And you can kind of see the exaggerated sigh on Jesus' face as he has to explain to them, I'm really great, you're really zealous about this, but if they're casting out demons in my name and they're doing good work, just because they aren't in the inner circle doesn't mean that it's not a good thing. And so then he pulls out this example almost to kind of shock them into understanding what he is trying to teach them about self-mutilation, basically. So where we start is in Mark 9, verse 43. Jesus says, "If your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life maimed than with two hands to go into hell, where the fire never goes out. And if your foot causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life crippled than to have 2 feet and be thrown into hell. And if your eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. It is better for you to enter the kingdom of God with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into hell." I don't know about you, but I can imagine some startled looks on the disciples' faces as they're faced with this teaching. And the good news is, most biblical scholars agree that Christ is not promoting us plucking our eyes out or taking our hands off or removing our feet. Because if that is what Jesus is calling us to, I would closely resemble a peg-legged, hook-handed, mute, and blind pirate, because I would have had to remove all of those things many, many years ago. My eyes would have had to have gone for all of the times I rolled my eyes at my parents in exasperation or refused to acknowledge Christ in the person I was sitting across the table from. My hands would have had to have gone for all of the times that I've hoarded the possessions that I've had and not shared them with others, or refused to lend a helping hand. My tongue would have had to have gone for all of the snarky, backhanded comments I have made, for all of the times that I have said things that have hurt someone else or revised history to make myself look better. And finally, my feet would have had to have gone for all of the times that I did not go where I was led, or worse yet, circled back to those habits which I had worked to remove from my life and have gone back to from a place of comfort. And so as we go this week, let us take a couple minutes to ponder, what is Christ calling us to remove, to prune out of our lives, the practices, thoughts, habits, and speech patterns that instead of drawing us closer to him, push us further and further away. And the good news in that is that we are not alone. Christ walks with us and is willing to help us as we seek to remove these things from our lives. And in a more tangible way, we live in a great community surrounded by friends and family and campus ministers and church members who are willing to help us in this journey. So as you go this week, look for those practices and look for those people who can hold you accountable and walk with you in the process.